Okay, so this is the do-over, and this is part one, as if we were doing it on June 16th. It is Kcpc Ventures 4, and we are going to be doing reviews. So let's open your student book, please, to page 10. The review here is for noun clauses. In the little blue box, it says, when speaking, we frequently omit that before a noun clause. People think that she's smart, or people think she's smart. In my opinion, people use both quite equally in that I know of. So I don't think it's less or more than. I think they're both equal. So grammar focus, that clauses as objects. A clause is a group of words that has a subject and a verb. Sometimes a noun clause is used as the object of a sentence. It's called an object clause. An object clause follows an introductory clause and has the form that plus the subject plus the verb. So the introductory clauses are Emery realizes what? The object, and it's a clause, that Brenda has a good brain. Notice that the verb form here is the present tense. Brenda has, and Brenda is a she, so it needs an S on the verb. Next, people say that Jerry plays the guitar very well. Next, do you think that people are smart in different ways? Next, do you think that you're smart? So little introductory clauses are, I think, let's use it before, that Brenda has a good brain. I think that Brenda has a good brain. He realizes that Brenda has a good brain. Do you think that Brenda has a good brain? Does he realize that Brenda has a good brain? I feel that Brenda has a good brain. People believe that Brenda has a good brain. Do you feel that Brenda has a good brain? And do people believe that Brenda has a good brain? So these are all little introductory clauses where you can finish with an adjective, with a noun clause. To practice, write the words in the correct order. Make a sentence with an object clause. Circle the object clause in your sentence. So let's do a few of these. Do you believe that there are many kinds of intelligence? So the introductory clause is, do you believe? And then you have the clause that's the object, that there are many kinds of intelligence. Number 2, what is the introductory clause here? Yes, I think. Then the object clause, that Nina has an interesting family. Number 3, the introductory clause is, I think that teachers believe or agree that Brenda is very gifted. Do you feel that teachers think that Brenda is very gifted? Next, number 4. Introductory clause. Do you think Nina cooks well? Do you think that Nina cooks very well? So the introductory clause is, do you think? Okay, so please review this so that you have a good grasp of it in your mind. So now we're going to go to page 20. The passive. Present passive. Use the passive voice to change the focus from who is doing to what is being done. If the person or thing doing the action is important, use a by phrase. So here are the examples. The college gives a placement test. The college is doing the action. It is being active. The passive A placement test is given by the college. Next, the college offers online classes every semester. Passive, online classes are offered by the college every semester. Next, does the college offer financial aid? Passive, is financial aid offered by the college? Active, when does the college arrange internships? Passive, when are internships arranged by the college? So here is the present and the passive. Let's move on to 22. Not there. Grammar focus. Infinitives after the passive. Some passive verbs are followed by infinitives, and here are the examples. Students are told to arrive early on the first day of class. Next, everyone is encouraged to attend class regularly. Question: are students required to do homework every night? Next, how often are students expected to meet with their counselors? So in the first sentence, the infinitive is arrive, are told to arrive. The second one, encouraged to attend, required to do, expected to meet. Verbs often followed by infinitives are advise, allow, encouraged, expect, require, and tell. Let's do a few. Applicants are expected to meet all application deadlines. New students are told to come early for registration. All new students are required to take, or are all new students required to take a writing test? One more. Some students are advised to enroll in an English composition class. Notice how we put the second verb is an infinitive. Okay, so here we are, 22. And we're turning to page 24. Where we're going to listen to the CD. Please listen only, do not read as we go along.
Page 24. Exercise 2. An immigrant family's success story. Joy and Lily Wei left China with their baby boy in the early 1990s. They were poor field workers in their native country, and they wanted their child to have the opportunities they lacked. They arrived in New York and found a one-bedroom apartment in a poor, unstable area. They could only afford a bicycle for transportation, yet they felt fortunate to have the chance to begin a new life in the United States. Joy and Lily faced many obstacles because they couldn't speak English and had no skills. They found night work cleaning businesses and restaurants. They saved every penny, and after 6 years, they were able to buy a small restaurant of their own. They were determined to learn English, get an education, and make a good life for their son. The couple sacrificed a great deal. They never went to the movies, never ate out, and hardly ever bought anything extra. In their free time, they attended English and citizenship classes. Both of them eventually earned their GED certificates. Joy then enrolled in college, while Lily worked in the restaurant. This past spring, Joy fulfilled a lifelong dream of graduating from college. Now he is registered in a master's degree program in business beginning this fall. And what about their baby boy? Their son Peter, now 21, received a scholarship to a private university where he is working on his own dream to become an architect. Joy and Lily are proud to be models of the American dream. Joy has this advice for other new immigrants. Find your passion, make a plan to succeed, and don't ever give up.
Okay. That's a very inspiring story, which is a very common story, I think, with most immigrants that came in the 90s. Let's read along as we listen one more time to make sure that you understood everything that was being said.
Page 24. Exercise 2.
An immigrant family's success story. Joy and Lily Wei left China with their baby boy in the early 1990s.
They were poor field workers in their native country, and they wanted their child to have the opportunities they lacked. They arrived in New York and found a one-bedroom apartment in a poor, unstable area. They could only afford a bicycle for transportation, yet they felt fortunate to have the chance to begin a new life in the United States. Joy and Lily faced many obstacles because they couldn't speak English and had no skills. They found night work cleaning businesses and restaurants. They saved every penny, and after 6 years, they were able to buy a small restaurant of their own. They were determined to learn English, get an education, and make a good life for their son. The couple sacrificed a great deal. They never went to the movies, never ate out, and hardly ever bought anything extra. In their free time, they attended English and citizenship classes. Both of them eventually earned their GED certificates. Joy then enrolled in college, while Lily worked in a restaurant. This past spring, Joy fulfilled a lifelong dream of graduating from college. Now he is registered in a master's degree program in business this fall. And what about their baby boy? Their son Peter, now 21, received a scholarship to a private university where he is working on his own dream to become an architect. Joy and Lily are proud to be models of the American dream. Joy had this advice for other new immigrants. Find your passion, make a plan to succeed, and don't ever give up. So this was a little bit different exercise that I asked you to do. I asked you to read along with the CD while it was playing, not just listening, but also reading along. So notice that it was actually quite fast, and I hope that you kept up. I bet that you did. All right, so that was page 24 for the CD. Let's now turn to page 29. We review this idea, supposed to and not supposed to. Everyone, you're supposed to come early to register for the class. You're not supposed to miss without an appropriate excuse. So what is it? It's supposed to come, supposed to miss. So it kind of sounds like an infinitive right after that. Let's read another example of it in the blue cube. You're supposed to be quiet in this place. You're not supposed to eat here. Is this the computer lab? No, it isn't. You're supposed to do research and borrow books here. Is it the library? Yes, it is. Another example, you're supposed to use cash or credit cards here. You're not supposed to use personal checks. Is it the cafeteria? No, it isn't. You're not supposed to eat here. You're supposed to buy materials for your class here. Is this the bookstore? Yes, it is. Okay, let's jump over to page 34. Indirect questions. An indirect question is a question inside a statement or another question. Indirect WH questions begin with a question word, what, when, and use subject word order, why is she so strict? We do not use the auxiliary do, does, or did with indirect questions. Direct question, why is she so strict? Indirect, I wonder why she is so strict. So you're asking a question, but you're really doing it in a statement form. You're putting the question part right in the middle of a statement. I wonder why she is so strict. The next one. Direct, how is everything at home? Indirect, inserting the question right in the middle of the statement. I'd like to know how everything is at home. And then someone's going to answer with a statement. The next one, where did you go? Direct. Indirect, can you tell me where you went? Direct, when did they leave? Indirect, do you know when they left? Direct question, what did they do? Indirect, I don't know what they did. Notice, when it is indirect and you put it in the middle of a statement, it is going to be the past tense. All right. So now we're going to go to the next one, which is, I was going to do page 38, but I've decided not to because we're running out of time. And so let's flip over to page 46 so we can review the grammar points. Modals. Use should or shouldn't to give advice. Use have to or has to indicate it is necessary to do something. Use don't have to and doesn't have to indicate that it is not necessary to do something. The example, Sarah should learn how to meditate. Negative, she shouldn't get stressed out. Advisable or necessary, Sarah has to take public transportation because she doesn't have a car. Necessary. Not necessary, she doesn't have to take her driving test today. She can take it next week. Let's read a little bit and complete the story. Anna and Bill just got engaged and they are planning to get married in 4 weeks. Because the wedding is so soon, they are feeling a lot of pressure. Anna's mother wants a big wedding, but Anna and Bill don't. Because they are paying for the wedding themselves, they believe they should do what they want. Another pressure is all the things that Anna and Bill have to do before the wedding. For example, Anna has to buy a dress, choose her bridesmaids, and send out the invitations. Bill has to plan the reception and order the food. Most importantly, they have to decide where the wedding will be. Anna wants to get married outdoors, but Bill thinks that they should plan an indoor wedding because it might rain. Now Bill has a different idea. He realizes that they shouldn't be getting married so soon. Maybe they should postpone the wedding by a few months. That way, they won't feel so much pressure. Okay, so that got a little complicated as we went along, but you get the idea. One last little page that I want you to read on your own to review is page 62. Grammar focus. Repeated actions in the present and the past. Present. This year, Sarah volunteers at the homeless shelter once a week. This year, Sarah is volunteering at the homeless shelter twice each month. Past, Sarah volunteered at the homeless shelter 3 times last year. Present perfect, Sarah has volunteered at the homeless shelter many times in her life. Thank you and see you soon.